Some days call for some oomph to amplify your everyday look. Like when you want the look of false lashes without the extra effort. Reach for Thrive Cosmetics Liquid Lash Volumizer Mascara. Or when you want all eyes on your smile, keep Empower Gloss Ultra Glossy Lip Serum in your bag. It's a burst of 24-hour hydration that smooths like a serum, shines like a gloss, and can be worn sheer or layered. You'll also look and feel your best with Thrive Cosmetics. Plus, every product is 100% vegan, cruelty-free, and made with clean, skin-loving ingredients that work with your skin, not against it. And for every product purchased, Thrive Cosmetics donates to help communities thrive. So every time you use your favorite Thrive Cosmetics product, you're helping communities you care about too. Amplify your everyday. Go to thrivecosmetics.com/shine26 for an exclusive offer of 20% off your first order. That's Thrive Cosmetics, CAUSEMETICS.com/shine26.
Welcome to Tunnel Talk, a No Facts All Feelings wrestling podcast on the Social Suplex Network. I'm Allie.
I'm Ann.
And I'm Leah.
How are you girls feeling this week?
Indomitable.
Unremarkable.
Perfect. And so we're in for a great show, I think.
It's also a really good summation of this podcast in general, I think. Indomitable.
Yeah.
Indomitable and unremarkable.
That's us.
We show up powerfully and say nothing worth hearing every single week.
Every single week.
Many wish we wouldn't.
We're here, we're queer, and we're stupid.
Proud gay idiot. Oh my God. I hope I moved that. I hope I didn't lose that hat in the move. I didn't. I think I know where it is. Anything interesting happening this week, girls? Anything fun to report on?
I was eating dinner right before this podcast. It was a chicken pot pie. I'll tell you that for color. I went to just put the fork down, like on the pot pie, and the fork fell off. Took a chunk out of my toe.
Oh, no.
What? Really uncool. Yeah.
The fork?
The fork, yeah. It hurt real bad.
Oh my God.
Yelled a bunch of swear words, and my dog stared at me like, what's up?
And I didn't know they were making forks that way.
I didn't really either. I was like, God, that really hurt. And then I looked and I was like, oh, that's a little bit of blood. Cool.
Wow. How did it feel? Did you feel like you were in the ring a little bit with Jon Moxley, you know?
Honestly, I hadn't thought of it that way, but it does feel a little more glamorous now.
I think you
pot pie injury.
You can reframe a lot of physical conditions in the world, like just by thinking, like, what if this were wrestling, though? Me with my knee. And I feel like it does make everything a little more exciting, you know?
It's like, I probably got this injury doing something, like, dangerous and sexy.
Yeah. Eating a chicken pot pie. I'd love to see someone do that in the ring.
Oh, yeah. I think we could have more chicken pot pie-based death matches, really.
Any type of food in the ring.
It's crazy to me that Mark Briscoe has never done that.
I feel like I'm coming off like some kind of, it's like foot fetishist vibes. Like, you know, it'd be like so crazy if someone just like ate in the ring. I mean, not like a food fetishist, but when you think of fetishists, you basically start with feet.
I was like, I'd love to see a man walk out into that ring in panties and just dig a fork into that pie. Just really get in there.
And so what if I would?
There's no kink shaming on AEW Dark, you know?
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Okay, so Anne had a little death match with herself, took a chunk out of her toe. Leah, can you top that?
Oh.
No. I can't. I'm trying to think of one interesting thing that happened to me this week, and I got nothing. Unremarkable.
Wow.
Which is something my coach at the gym keeps, like, bringing up as, like, you're supposed to tell them at the beginning of every class if you have any sort of, like, injury that he needs to know about, like, I don't know, like, you tweaked your knee or whatever. And so he's always like, and you can just say unremarkable. And I'm like, it is this week. Unremarkable.
Unremarkable is amazing. There's something that you're supposed to, so we do at my gay gym, they make you go around and do your introductions, but then they have a question of the day, and some of these questions of the day,
they suck so much ass.
Fuck it, like genuinely rage reaction where I'm like, I'm not doing this right now.
Yesterday our question of the day is, if your brain was a soup, what kind of soup would it be? What
real.
are we doing here?
Get fucking real.
That's the worst icebreaker question I've ever heard in my life, and I've heard some stinkers. If your brain was a soup.
And the coach that I had, it was like a fill-in coach, and she was like, people have just been naming soups that they like, to be honest.
Yeah, You've shocked me greatly. They're just naming soups they like instead of really giving me an explanation of what their brain would be as a soup. You astonished me.
It is like some kind of like torture, like exposure therapy torture for me though, because as you guys know, I hate volunteering information.
Yeah.
I hate having to be like clever on demand. It's just like a
but
nightmare
you love
to me.
lifting, and so to do the
love
one,
lifting.
you have to do the other.
So I have to participate in this activity and like come up with a fucking soup, even though I hate it. So it's not
What soup did you say?
I said the kind of soup that you make on a weeknight when there's things going bad in your fridge and you just toss shit in there and hope it works.
Not
That's a pretty good one. That's a good answer. Remember when Marjorie had us do little improv games before the podcast, and Leah would just the look of sheer panic on your face.
The only one I liked was when I just had to name countries that begin with B. I was really good at that.
You liked that?
Brazil, Bolivia,
Belarus. Well, we all know some countries starting with B, some of us more than others. Our question of the week this week at the gym was, what's the best prize you've ever won? And the class was at 7 a.m. And I was like, you are out of your mind if you think I can remember a prize I've won right now. I can't do this with you, Caitlin.
Icebreakers at 7 a.m. Like my stupid work when they make us go back there for basically a corporate retreat, but they were like, oh, and you'll have to carpool with your coworkers from the hotel, and they were gave us a 1-pager of here's some suggested icebreakers you can play in the car. It's at 7 a.m. with a bunch of strangers. Are you crazy?
Yeah.
You can sue. You can sue
Absolutely
for that.
not.
It's not appropriate. It's not professional.
No.
Yeah.
And it's not legal.
They should have just linked you to the Spotify playlist of Reddit's it's 100 best podcast episodes as chosen by Reddit or something that I keep seeing linked around, and so just put that on. Everyone shuts
that
the
list.
fuck
That sounds
up.
great. Yeah, exactly.
I have it saved. I haven't even gotten more of it than a third into it, so I can't fully say that it's great. But the ones I've listened to have been pretty
shoot
good.
us that link. I got a little excited because I thought that you were going to say something I thought it was going to be a playlist of the top 100 songs that will spark a conversation, something where you're just how could they? But maybe it works. And now I'm could you make I'm sure you could.
I'm sure
make a
you
list
could.
like that.
Yeah.
That sounds like a New Yorker article. They're dying for that pitch.
And actually, it would be a good. I'd love to make some money on this idea because I'm immediately thinking I'm put You're So Vain on there. Immediately, everyone's having a conversation.
Yeah.
That is very true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a good. Don't nobody steal that. No one. I'm going to pitch that to the New Yorker for sure. And I believe it's your week to share something that's making you happy. Are you prepared to do so?
I am prepared to do so. I haven't been prepping as well this year as I usually do, so I
So
really
focused
had to think
on Leah.
today. I have been very focused on Leah.
I was gonna say to you, next week is coming, and I'm terrified. So you can get that little notebook out.
Yeah, I haven't even noted down any of Leah's happinesses for a while, but yes. But what's making me happy this week is Taylor Swift's wedding.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's intellectually that anyone at a certain extreme level of fame, especially if they became that famous when they were pretty young, that it rots their brains from the inside out,
Totally.
But the thing is, they kind of trick you because part of what keeps you a celebrity for a long time is that you're skilled at performing relatability, right?
Yeah.
So even though you're flying around the world on private jets, feuding with Kanye, every white woman in their 30s is God, I love this song, it's so relatable. And Taylor Swift is very good at it. But this wedding has been the most bananas. Every detail crazier than the last. Most celeb weddings, you're most people, if they had a lot of money, they'd probably do something like that. It looks so lovely. With hers, it's what the fuck, girl?
What happened?
She built had a fairy tale castle built in Madison Square Garden. It's you're rich. Rent out a castle. There are some that are wedding venues. It would be better. Yeah. Why would you invite 1,000 people?
Why was Paul Rudd there?
Why was Paul Rudd
and
there?
I'd had the same thought because, guys, this is the hot tip is that you can go just peruse like a long list of photos of people entering or leaving the Swift-Kelsey wedding. And we can't get into the ethics of the paparazzi right now, not ethical. But in this one case, I thought it was I was just cruising through, seeing what was going on. The people that you're seeing crazy, not just the people that you're seeing, but the people that you're seeing in the same car together. Because there must have been some kind of like to from carpooling situation. It's like they're like you're getting in a van and the van is driving you away or something. I don't know. But you're just seeing people where it's like, why would they be in that car together? And what were they talking about? I have to be there.
You're so vain, probably.
Probably. They've got that playlist going.
They got the playlist going. But then
it's like Stephen Colbert's there. It's like, Taylor Swift, why would you invite Stephen Colbert to your wedding? Just because you've been on his talk show one time doesn't mean, leave that man alone.
Leave that man alone. And then the other thing was that all the captions, I mean, lots of the captions are kind of normal, but at a certain point, pretty early on, they just like ran out of things to say in the captions because it's just like, 2 men in a car, man and woman in car. And so they start saying things like, it's like, so-and-so pictured leaving the Kelsey Swift wedding. So-and-so also left the wedding, which makes it sound like there was an incident. Like it makes it sound like it's like things had gotten so rough that Paul Rudd also left the wedding. And it's like, you're just trying to report that's when they are being pictured. It's just like, this is so bizarre.
To be honest, when I heard that each person's vows were over 20 minutes while you had to stand, I would have left that wedding as well, Paul.
Oh, yeah. It's like they ran out of champagne. They ran out of food, which was really bad. There weren't chairs on a buffet. There were only chairs for 200 of the 1,000 people invited. And they felt like they were it was like, this woman doesn't know how to relate to other humans outside of the context of performing for them at a stadium show.
But it wouldn't even be a good it's not a good performance to have people show up and not have the right amount of chairs. So it like the whole thing kind of felt like, is this like, is it performance art? Like, honestly, are you testing? And of course, I don't actually believe that Taylor Swift is doing kind of genius performance art here. I think it is just like someone's brain has been so cooked by intense mega fame that. But then it's just kind of like, didn't you hire people? Or it's like, did you hire a grifter? And that really excites me. The idea that she accidentally hired a grifter to plan her wedding. Now
they like paid so much money and like, it was like, we're getting a buffet and I'm pocketing the rest.
And it was like an Emperor's New Clothes thing where like no one at any point was like, Taylor, this is the tackiest wedding that's ever existed. Everyone's just like, great idea.
Taylor, that's Anna Delvey. You know that, right?
Right. It's like, Taylor, your vows can't be 20 minutes each. You can't each have 20-minute vows. That's crazy, girl.
I easily believe that Taylor herself could write 20 minutes vows. What did Travis Kelce have to say for 20 minutes?
I think that one you do just kind of have to imagine that it's like if you got Will Ospreay in the ring and we're like 20 minutes of wedding vows. Do some wedding vows. Go. Like, you could get him going for 20 minutes. And
I guess.
You wouldn't be happy with a lot of what you heard, but...
So true.
That man does have a podcast, I guess. So
that is true. You know what, Ann? I kind of forgot.
Yeah,
professional talker, just like us.
I know that podcast is how he landed Taylor Swift. So
yeah, it really makes you think.
Makes you think.
It is,
and she apparently sung part of the vows too, which is like, of course she did. Yeah,
God.
I was once at a wedding where
Taylor.
It absolutely does. Yeah, I was once at a wedding where the bride sang a solo to the groom, and it was quite uncomfortable, to be honest with you.
I wouldn't want to be there for that now.
No.
Well, I think it's important for celebrities, especially mega celebrities, to prove their bad taste sometimes so that the rest of us can feel like, you can't have everything. You can't buy taste.
Money,
which I was born with.
Taste.
Which I was born with, and it's free.
If I had the fame and the money of Taylor Swift, my wedding would have been lovely.
If I had the fame and money of Taylor Swift, none of you would ever have seen my wedding and no one would have been there.
No. We'd be on a private island and there'd be no paparazzi anywhere. Yeah.
You'd love to know where my wedding is. You'd love to know how tasteful it was.
Yeah. Which like, again, most celebrities are a little more normal. It's like they have like private weddings hidden from the paparazzi, like, on a beach somewhere.
I might have had fun having a circus wedding. Like, I could have had fun doing a big public wedding that, like, people were staked outside of, but it just would have been fun. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's still
Well,
like
this
people would have
lean
been coming
into
out of
that.
there. Yeah, people would
Paul
have come
Rudd
out
would
of there
not
and
have
been
been
like,
standing at
yes,
my wedding.
that's correct. That is correct.
If I didn't want to hide the wedding, I'm like, I want to have a wedding that I can talk about and make a documentary about to send all my guests or whatever. Then I at least, my vibe, the thing that I would be going like Miranda Priestley about would be like, no one will be leaving this wedding saying it was anything less than the most phenomenal waste of money they'd ever enjoyed themselves extremely at. It would, I mean, it's like the vibe would have been like, if you see someone with only one glass of champagne, give them another.
Yeah. Yes. And
The well
that's
shall
what
not
money is
run
for.
dry.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would have been desperate for everyone to leave being like, that was the best party I've been to in years. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah,
The high I would have gotten if Paul Rudd was like, best night of my life.
That's really what you're living for. It's like, of course, inviting Paul Rudd to your wedding, even if you've only met him once, is relatable. Like, we all want him there.
Want to see him there, yeah.
Yeah. All of my friends invited Obama to their wedding because, you know, if you invite Obama to your wedding, he sends back a very, very nice, sorry, I'm busy, but like, they all invited Obama. I was like, what if he did just show up?
Yeah, he should pick one wedding a year and just show
and be
up.
like, and just reply and be like, I'll have the steak, and you're like, what?
Plus one, like Michelle's coming too.
Yeah.
I just thought, like, if you sent out a bunch of those to wrestlers, I think you could get one. I think you could get, like,
one of them's hungry.
Would it be
That
Ric
is-
Flair? Maybe, but
Right. That is a great, like, car icebreaker. If you were set a challenge that you have to get one AEW wrestler to show up to your wedding, so you want the guaranteed guy who's going to show up, who are you inviting?
Okay, yeah. Okay, so you only have one. You have to choose one person.
You have to
You're
choose
like,
one.
This is who I'm focusing on, but I think I can get him.
You think you
and
can
what's
show
your
up?
approach?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, that's a good one.
I mean, yeah.
Because it's like Brandon Cutler would come probably.
Oh yeah, he's a great one. Yeah.
You think Brandon Cutler would? I don't. Well, maybe if you asked right. He's a nice man.
I think he would be like really touched to be invited, and you know,
Yeah.
what else is going on?
I guess I kind of feel though, like I'm like, is the biggest guarantee someone who would be so? Would it be like your Ric Flair? Some like someone who's like so into
Jeff Jarrett.
They're like
Jeff Flair would. Jeff Jarrett, yeah, he'd go.
Did you see that there was a headline? I didn't click into it, but there was a headline on Twitter that was like, Jeff Jarrett says that creative changed for his retirement run. And I was like, no shit.
Yeah, pretty abruptly. We all saw it. Yeah.
I don't know why. I was walking into a store literally within the past few days. I just have a really weird sense memory of it. For some reason, just suddenly thought like, and he wasn't doing a good job, but it's a little sad that his retirement run just got cut off completely, but he was doing a bad job. But MJF was doing a bad job too, and he got to keep being on TV just about Jeff Jarrett out of nowhere. What that happened to me?
You're just like, your brain was like, in another thing in defense of Jeff Jarrett. It's incredible.
Well, you know he would give us great wedding presents, so we gotta be nice to him.
And he's friends with Taylor Swift. He was probably at that wedding.
I do love that bit where I think Fightful posted like a headline that was like Jeff Jarrett's former babysitter gets married at Madison Square Garden.
Very fun.
Okay, that was a really good one, Anne. That really has been keeping the cornholing rolling all week. Where were they where was Dynamite this week? They're in Florida, Stillwater, Florida.
Allie, it was St. Pete, Clearwater, Florida, which has beautiful art scene.
An art scene, yes.
Great restaurants,
Listen,
beautiful beaches.
I got the water part, which I think was pretty good, honestly.
Excalibur has a timeshare that he'd love for you to see a presentation on.
I have to say, I loved the energy. So it was like Daly's Place, like an outdoor venue, which, of course, I think we all felt like, you know, we return to the womb. When we go to a Daly's Place like venue, like we feel safe there.
It's very funny to me that where we feel the safest and most comfortable is a completely empty outdoor arena.
Yeah. With just Austin Gunn, the only voice you can hear yelling.
Just keeping things going, and no matter the cost. I thought it was very funny that it felt like they'd gotten a memo that was like it, and it is dress down day. And so you guys can wear anything you want because of the heat. And as someone on commentary, maybe Taz, kept being like, it's really the humidity. And I was like, God, you're so relatable. It's just like, listening to myself.
He and Shivani, he was wearing a beautiful blue shirt and Shivani was wearing a beautiful pink shirt. And I was like, it's a gender reveal happening here tonight.
I wish they'd incorporated that into a segment.
Can you imagine if you had a gender reveal party where either Taz or Tony Schiavone like popped out of something?
But actually what I would want it to be, I'm imagining it and I love it. But I want it to be like, is it a boy? Is it a girl? It's a wrestler. And I want like Juice Robinson to pop out, you know?
That'd be beautiful. Yeah. Juice Robinson's the perfect choice for that. Yeah.
And then immediately like half of the people standing around start like crying. Like, no, anything but that. Not a wrestler.
No.
Loved that it was dress down day. Loved the venue. So this week's Dynamite opened with Renee interviewing Kenny Omega about his title match main event versus current men's world champion MJF. Don't know what happened there.
It was almost like you forgot his name, which I loved.
I was about to accidentally say current men's world championship MJF and then like had to like abruptly stop the train and be like, that's grammatically really wrong. We have to roll it back. So Kenny was explaining, she was just like, how are you feeling? He was like, I've always done my best work when my back's against the wall. I'm not talking about AEW, I'm not talking about NJPW, I'm talking about the indies. I'm talking about the good old-fashioned, hard-working indies. And that's why, as you'll probably have noticed, the Young Bucks aren't here today. I didn't want them here. I hate the Young Bucks. I only love my stalwart indie companion, Michael Nakazawa, the only person I wanted here for my big day.
If it's about the indies, shouldn't Chuck Taylor be standing there
Kenny.
behind him?
All of a sudden, I started singing "Don't You Want Me, Baby." I was so mad. I was like, "You were working in us as a waitress."
It was spark a conversation.
It was very funny. Like, I have to assume that the Young Bucks are on vacation, which they love to be.
They love to be on vacation. Yeah, I'm sure he was just covering
which
for
I love
him.
for them.
Yeah.
But it was very funny, where it was just like, what do you mean by that?
I can't be.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm talking about
When I'm
the
with
indies,
the Young
that's why
Bucks,
the Young
I'm too
Bucks aren't here.
soft and like easily spoiled. I need to go back to my harder, stronger self before the Young Bucks.
It's like,
Well, they hand feed him bonbons all day
I knew
long,
I wouldn't
so
do my
it's
best
really
work
not.
if my mommy was here. So I had to do this on my own. I think later, too, I tried to find it and I couldn't. But at some point, like later on, either when he was coming out for the match or I don't know, commentary also, again, was being like, and you know, and here watching as he has this hard fight, longtime friend, Michael Nakazawa, something where I was just like, is Michael Nakazawa his husband? And I just like missed it. Like, what's happening here? And I think it's just like, that's his best friend, which I love for him. I didn't fully understand why it was being communicated to me the way it was.
I feel like the last time I saw Michael Nakazawa, he had like the Best Buy employee gimmick where he was like running around with the clipboard.
I loved that.
So it was just, it was. But I was just
That's
sort
a
of
long
like,
time ago,
that
yeah.
guy? Are you sure? Okay.
Yeah. I know it's Kenny's, emotional support Nepo hire.
I support it
but
1,000%. I have no pushback on his presence. I have no pushback on their love for each other. I just thought it was funny to kind of like really be purposefully framing it for us, the audience. Like, and you're going to want to know that Michael's here. And I'm like, didn't have to, but
It's important to my story that you know that Michael was here the whole time.
I'm like, oh, to your story. Certainly. No problem, Ken. So he explains why the Bucks aren't there. And he said, I'm just going to do my best because I want to fulfill my, he said something, a long-time dream or something of main eventing All In.
Yeah.
Say the line. Say the line.
Everybody's making up these lifelong dreams of Wembley. It's like, I don't believe you. He was like super dissociating in this promo too.
I think he was trying to
staring
look
into
really
space.
like focused. I thought it looked more like purposeful focus than many of his dissociative episodes, but I will agree that it didn't look like revved up as such. You know what I wish people would do a little more? I would love it. I have no objection if people just want to suddenly start saying, like, as I've always said, like, my longtime dream is X. I just wish the dreams were weirder, you know? And I've always said, like, I want to fire a T-shirt cannon at Wembley. I'm like, okay, all right. I believe you. I believe you.
And Tony Khan said I would be allowed if I made event.
That's why Justin was so relatable, because his longtime dream was to say shit on TV.
Yeah.
Oh, and he got to do it, and then he died.
Yeah, and he got it. Like a
Our
Make-A-Wish
favorite
kid.
Make-A-Wish kid.
No.
Our literal favorite mid-Carter. Oh. Okay. The footage not found. Then he goodnight nursed us. It was 7 p.m. Like, it was just like, Kenny, it is a pre-tape, and you're doing the main event. You do not have to say goodnight nurse to me right now. But I felt like he was looking me in the eye, honestly. It was like when a cat knocks something off a table. Like, he fully was just like, well, as I love to say, fuck you. Later in the show, anything else about any of that? No. Later in the show, Renee tracked down Will Ospreay to ask him what he thought about the main event, because, of course, he's going to be the person challenging whoever the belt has at Wembley. And she wanted to know what outcome has. Well, that belt gets its claws in you.
I mean,
when Jay White clasps you,
when Jay White,
his bony hug, sharp bony hug.
You.
That's the real question: is who's going to get a sharp bony hug from Jay White, the belt at Wembley? She wanted to know who he wanted to fight, basically, and he was giving a perfectly palatable little speech, I think.
Although he said, obviously I'm pulling for Kenny more than anything in the world, is what he said. It was like, that's such a weird way to say
it
that.
It did feel like he was trying to stay cool, but his intense desire for love was coming through pretty loud and clear. So, you know, he wants to fight Kenny more than anything in the world, and you know, you don't want to. He doesn't want to fight MJF, but MJF is probably going to try to cheat his way to the title. Blah 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 blah. MJF breaks in, and they get into a little bit of a back and forth. I think you guys thought, and I also thought, MJF did a pretty good job here, actually.
You know how people say about MJF when he's being genuinely offensive? People are like, he's a heel, you're supposed to hate him. And you're like, not like that. This is how you're supposed to be a heel, because I hated him and he pissed me off by multiple things that he said in the way that he's supposed to. Where I was like, this is effective work. I want to see Kenny kill you.
Yeah, totally. It's like he was taunting Ospreay for wanting Mox's love so bad, which is perfect. Like, you should be making fun of him for that.
That was funny. That was funny.
That was funny. He was talking about kicking out of the one-winged angel, which is infuriating.
It infuriates,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he just hit notes, and he wasn't boring either. Like, a lot of times when he is inoffensive, he, like, blands out, I feel like, whereas this was like, yeah, that was, like, a totally good promo.
It was the right length. It was the right amount of, like, level of insult, variety of insult. You wanted to shake him. You want him to get beaten up, but you're enjoying watching it. Will Ospreay actually was doing it good. He was really playing like I'm a tough, strong boy, straight man, which I always find really confusing kind of when he does it, because I'm just like, well, you're a dog. You're a golden retriever. Why does that golden retriever look so serious right now? What did he say? He was like, step back. I think you mistook your beer for piss or something. Where it was like,
your mouthwash for cat piss, I think.
Yeah, and it's like, that's not a saying, I don't think.
Well, I don't know. I'm not from the UK, so maybe they're saying it a lot over there. Anything
Will
could be
Ospreay,
possible.
more than anyone else, always brings out to me the fact that British and American English are going to be separate languages in like 200 years.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
I watch Love Island UK, and there'll be times where they just say shit sometimes, and I'm like, I have no idea what that means. I have no idea what it implies. I have no idea who's insulted.
You need like an American translation that's just like a green or red. Like, this is positive, or like that's a bad thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just read like a sci-fi book with like an alternate history, but it's by a British author. So it's like, what if Napoleon like won the war and like invaded England, which is like the Napoleonic Wars are not something I ever think about. And you sort of think of like Britain as being like similar culturally, but you're like, oh, we're learning different stuff in school. Like it would never occur to me that Napoleon could ever have invaded England, but I guess he could have. I learned something.
I think I have thought about them a bit, but I think it must be, I think it comes up in alternate histories. And so Susanna Clark comes up in Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell.
Those British people writing those Napoleonic War stuff.
They're thinking about Napoleon a lot, for sure.
They really are, yeah. A lot more than we Americans are.
Yeah, I would say in our cultural zeitgeist, it comes up not at all, for sure.
It's weird that it's coming up again now, because actually I just was trying to figure out why the country code for Switzerland is CH, and the answer is Napoleon.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Now, why is Napoleon coming up so much?
I think it's about, I was just watching a little video, which I didn't check the science on, but it sounded so credible to me that it was just like, well, your brain is like processing so much information all the time, and it's like choosing like so few of the things you actually see to notice. And so then when you have something on your mind, it starts noticing that thing, and that's why you have that phenomenon of being like, I heard we're talking about Napoleon, and I was just talking about Napoleon. And then this is the kind of like the crunchy thing that she was saying to do that I was just like, I'm not going to do that, but then I did start doing it. She was like, so you have to train your brain about what to notice. So when something like, you know, if you are always noticing like I'm upset because of X, then your brain will notice when things upset you. But if you train yourself to notice like when something good happens, you'll start noticing good things more often. And this morning I was doing something, not something useful for sure, and I reached into my pocket and I pulled out this pair of earrings, my favorite pair of earrings that have been missing for a month.
The ones you were looking for.
Yeah. And I was so like angry and upset with myself for losing them, and was having like as you can hear from their voices, bit of a Full Metal breakdown about it. And I just pulled them out of my pocket, and I remembered the video suddenly, and I said, noticing. And I got a parking spot later, and I said, noticing.
Nice. Amazing. Well, it's like our friends Jen and Alice said they started saying gratitude moment, like ironically, but now they're just saying it, like, and it is actually training their brain to notice good things. But it is true. It's like the way he framed things really makes a big difference.
It does. Yeah. And actually, in this moment, so happy to be talking about Napoleon. Noticing.
Noticing. I love to talk about Napoleon.
My favorite topic, Napoleon, came up. Noticing. It does your mindset. It can't solve all problems, certainly.
No.
But you can contort reality around you a little bit.
Yeah. Someone was telling me the other day too that they were like, oh, a good tip is like when something like really good happens, like you should try to like really let it like sink into your body and like think about it a lot over the course, because it's easy to just like someone gives you like a really nice compliment and you're just like, oh, that's nice, and then you like don't think about it, whereas bad things you'll think about for hours. You know, it's like trying to get your brain to really like enjoy it when it happens. I was trying to do that for a while and then I forgot, but
I'd love to get good at that, because actually I feel like often when something nice happens, especially when it's like someone unexpectedly does or says something nice, I think I almost have like a flight response, basically, where I'm so like taken aback and stressed that it's kind of like, thank you, I have to leave now. And then it's like later it'll be like, why didn't I have a more normal reaction to that really nice thing that happened? Like, I don't know, I just couldn't be there. I was freaking out. I had to leave. Well, that's good. This is on topic. I don't know what we were talking about. Osprey,
we were talking
presumably.
about Will Osprey and his
Will Osprey,
non-American English. Yeah,
I thought he had a good response to MJF too. He gave MJF a little speech. Where he basically was just like, you want to be a part of the conversation, and you're not. Until you do it on your own, until you ditch all those antics, you're not part of the conversation. You never will be. And it was like, yeah, that's hit the target. That's really good. Did a good job. And then MJF spat in his face, and they got into it, and they were screaming at each other. Yeah. I thought it was a very effective segment.
Yeah. He said, I know Japanese girls who are 14 years old and can be better than you. And I thought every Joshi fan just got a boner and they don't know why.
No, they know why. I guess I did just say it was effective. We'll come back to it in a minute. But I thought it was a really good segment. Let's put a pin in that. Osprey and Mox had another tag match versus they've tagged, and now they're tagging again versus the Workhorsemen. They haven't fought the Workhorsemen before. the AEW.com recap said Ospreay and Moxley continued to enter separately despite Ospreay becoming a Death Rider last week. And what I'll say is, I might consider this to be meaningful if lifetime married lovers, Christian and Cope, had combined their entrances when they became our literal tag team champions, but they didn't. So I don't even know why the recap raised this point. It's like,
So true.
Yeah.
You set the example from the top. And if the example is that it doesn't matter whether you combine your entrances, then don't comment on it like I should take some meaning from it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they did want me to take any meaning from it, honestly. Sometimes they're talking just to talk the same way we are.
They have to hit a word count.
They have to hit a word count.
Tony Khan's like, did you write me 5,000 words on that episode of Dynamite?
It's like some you can get there easy. Some...
It's just like us putting together our notes or the schedule, just being like, what happened in this episode?
Yeah. And that is a little bit, this was a fine episode. There was lots of stuff I enjoyed, but it was a little plot light, I will say.
Light, yeah.
Sometimes it feels like it's always like really plot heavy or really plot light. I'd love a plot medium episode one of these
I know, because
days,
it's either like, wow, we're going to talk forever, or, well, like, I liked it, but I have nothing to say.
But then we still talk for 2 hours, so it doesn't matter. I don't know.
It's true.
I don't think that this match is really plot relevant in any sense.
It was a confusing match because, like, I thought it was going to be a squash when it was the Workhorsemen. Then it just kept going. I was like, oh, they're giving them a real match. That's nice. Because, like, I assumed it was just an excuse to get them out there to give, like, an in-ring promo. But then they didn't. Yeah. They just walked out at the end. I was like, oh, okay.
Which it leaves me with some bigger questions. I guess it's like I have ongoing questions about the road to Wembley. So maybe we'll circle back on those in a minute. Allie, you have to talk normal. You have to talk normal, my sweet angel. You have to be normal. Okay, we'll circle back on that in a minute. I will say the most noteworthy thing about this match was probably that in the middle, Mox just like, I started to feel a little down, like just like this isn't even going that good. So he went over to Marina Shafir for kind of a ceremonial slap and to get screamed at. And it was like, wow, this is representation for someone. Not me exactly, but someone is watching this and saying, finally, I see myself.
I love how much he loves Marina, and it's like they have a very interesting and non-sexual relationship that I enjoy a lot. But yeah,
it is intense, and I love it.
It's weird because it's like it's not a father-daughter relationship. It's not a sexual relationship, which makes it unique to any other relationship in the Death Riders. It's like she really is like a peer, like contractor.
Platonic dom.
Platonic dom. Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, but they're peers. Yeah, because it's like it's not like they're the married parents of the Death Riders, like at all.
She's his strong right hand, I think. But it's like, he's not afraid of looking weak. Like, he's trying to teach them all. He's like, we all need to get slapped by someone sometimes. It's not weakness to find the person who can slap you best and let them slap you when you need it.
Yeah.
And see, that stuff, too. It's like Claudio's also his right hand, but you can't imagine him getting Claudio to slap him like that. I think it's crazy.
I'm imagining, like, Mox being like, Claudio, slap me. And Claudio, like, really tough guy, just suddenly being like, I can't. That made me feel sick. I can't do that.
Yeah. And then Marina was like, I'll slap you.
Slap you on your face? That made me really fond of Claudio. My imagination of Claudio just really made me be like, oh, Claudio.
I know.
It's not for
Our
everyone.
imaginations really could build a lot of people up for me.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. They do powerful work every week. That's the only thing I think that's noteworthy. We'll circle back on the character stuff. Okay, so we get to the main event. Quote, Omega entered alone and without a shred of entrance gear. Which is true. He was just in his long boys, but it still was a funny remark. Like, I was like, I guess he wasn't wearing a cloak or anything, but I thought he still looked pretty good.
I love that whoever wrote it was like, they're supposed to have a cloak. I don't know why he didn't have a cloak. He's supposed to have a cool jacket or a cape.
He didn't dress up like any video game characters, even a little bit.
What a bummer.
I tried to offer him Swerve's like scythe, and he was like, "No."
Kenny, you wouldn't. MJF entered in. He got like this kind of like shower of sparklers. I actually thought it was like one of the best fireworks effects I've ever seen in wrestling, because I don't really like the fireworks they usually set off. It's such a quick. It just looks scary. Like it looks like you're gonna get. It looks like you're in the swamp from The Princess Bride. You know.
Yeah, it's so loud in person. It always like startles me.
And it immediately makes so much. I've never sounded older. It immediately makes so much smoke, and it just looks smoky and crowded and scary. But I thought these were quite pleasant. So ISIS gets it again. And he had his thigh was all bandaged up, which produced a bit of a ham hock effect. It looked like really pronouncedly edible. Not in a sexual way, like in a Kyle O'Reilly way, you know. Like.
Kyle O'Reilly's backstage starts salivating.
Like a cartoon character.
He has just enough presence of mind to be like, put me in the duffel. Put me in the duffel now. Okay, so they have it's about a half hour-ish match. They did all kinds of stuff. You know, they went out into the crowd. There was the fake theme beach. Because I guess was it called? Was it a themed
beach break?
Beach break. Yeah. Okay. I guess to me, I was just kind of like, that was Chris Jericho and Ciampa's special beach, but it was for everybody. So.
And
everybody used it
for all the wrestlers.
You're right, Allie. It was theirs because they're the top guys.
So true.
And it was the beach where they got married on the beach. This is the beach where they declared their love for each other. So it's their special beach. So they got onto the Jericho and Ciampa beach. MJF late in the match attempted to use the Dynamite Diamond Ring on Kenny, and he was, I guess, I don't know, fishing it out of his panties or whatever he's doing. And Will Ospreay bounded on to screen and snatched it out of his hands and prevented the cheating, and therefore Kenny was able to win honestly and rightly and pinned MJF, and he's our new men's world champ. And Will Ospreay was watching from the ramp, and I did really enjoy the look on his face throughout. Like, I don't know, it was kind of mild but funny. We were just like, oh, good. We did it. We did it.
Yeah, it was not a strong look for anything. Like, for somebody who was rooting for it more than anything in the world, he was just like, well done.
Yeah. Thank God. Okay. All right, Dad, let's go to Wembley. I'm mad at you again. We got you to Wembley, Dad. Now I'm mad at you again. Let's have another talk about this next week. What did you guys think of the match and of the outcome and of the viewing experience?
I was losing it yesterday. I could have gone to sleep at 7:30. When I realized I had to watch wrestling tonight, I was like, they can't make me do this. They can't make me do this. So about the time we got to the main event, I was acting like I was being stretched out on the racks. But when I watched it again this morning, I had quite a nice time. It was a pretty good match. It's not like it didn't blow me away, but it was like, Kenny's a good wrestler.
Yeah, we were both very tired, and I did manage to stay up and watch the whole thing, but I felt like the first half was pretty slow, too, so I was really like, wow, this is a slog, and we are not, but it was partly how tired I was, but the back half did really get me, like, more engaged, which was good. So yeah, I felt a little, afterwards, I just felt, it was like, well, I'm happy Kenny's champ, but I just felt like a little bummed out that it didn't feel like a bigger deal to me. It was like, the build was so nothing, and Kenny's been, like, not on screen very much, so it's like world title shots where, you were like, I really want them to get it, like, it's so exciting, and this one was more like, oh, that's nice, I guess. Like, I had a mild reaction the same way Will Ospreay did.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And also, like, knowing that, like, Ospreay's going to win it at Wembley, you're just like, okay, so he has 2 months. This is his gold watch reign. And it's like, that's great. I mean, I personally would have preferred giving him, like, a whole big thing, but if this is what he needs, sure.
I personally don't think that we needed this MJF reign. I don't think that it has been that productive in ways that we'll touch on a little later. So I would have let Kenny have it for longer, probably. I don't know how big you can make it be when it's like you're so clearly like looking at the summit of Wembley. But yeah. I don't know. I mean, I feel happy to reserve judgment and be like, well, we'll see what you do with it. We'll see like what story they're telling, because that's the thing that I felt a little like I don't totally know what. Like, okay, maybe you guys are going to fool me once, fool me a million times. I'm like, maybe you guys are going to cook something interesting, because it's like to have the Mox thing going in the background with Mox and Ospreay tagging together. And like, you know, sometimes I take my little cues from the AEW.com recap. I don't know what they know, but I'm like, okay, you want me to think about it. It's on the show and you want me to think about it. So, okay, something's cooking there. And that they did the MJF Ospreay promo, like, I guess it was a setup for the main event, but it wasn't. It was kind of like, well, this makes it sound like MJF is still going to be circulating in this story. Like, to me, it felt like he's still going to be circulating in the storyline, which I'm not advocating for, but I am like, okay, so it feels like you're going to be doing something more. I don't know what you're going to be doing. So I'm interested. Was that helpful? No, not really.
No, I mean, of course, like, you know, I'd love it if they did. You know what I mean? Like, if I had the summer of if I had a hot dog summer, I'd love it.
Oh my God.
Boy, if we got a hot, wet summer in here, that would be something else.
Little relish, little mustard on there. Mm-hmm. Take me to heaven.
I'd love it if Kenny would do something to make me feel really engaged. Because it's like, I love Kenny, but it's like, I feel like I haven't felt very invested in him for a really long time.
I love Kenny, but am I in love with Kenny? Yeah, but then I'm like, I don't know what I think he should do, you know? And it's like, well, it's not your job, Allie. He should come up with something he thinks he should do.
Yeah, no, that's why I don't feel like even super optimistic, because it's like just the place that Kenny's in as a character is like kind of nothing. Like, he's in Janet's void, and there's no, you know, now he's claiming that he like has always dreamed of Wembley or whatever, but it's like that doesn't do anything for me. So I don't know.
Right. It would have been better. I mean, like, you kind of wanted Kenny to just be honest and be like, I don't know if I've always dreamed of Wembley, but I haven't always dreamed of, like, you know, like going out with a whimper. So I got to do something. If I don't want to go out with a whimper, I got to do something, I guess. Like, you do kind of feel like, Ken, just have a full-scale midlife crisis and let us see it. I mean, we've seen some of it.
I love
like,
a midlife crisis. Yeah.
Just be like, what is my purpose? What am I here for?
Yeah, especially if it's like, you know, he's 40, whatever, like, this could be my last shot, like, I should be at the top of this promotion, it's all elite wrestling, you know, like, get fired up, something.
Here's an idea. Kenny Omega, beginning of the title reign package, set to What Was I Made For, Billie Eilish. To really set the tone.
I would love to see Kenny in like a sports car with like just full on midlife crisis.
Yeah, let's go in that direction. Okay, shall we? Anything else to say about the MJF Kenny stuff, or shall we move on to? It's kind of a weird tag team division dogs and Death Riders segment here.
I love it.
Okay. So Jay White had his comeback match on Collision. This was an 8-man where he was teaming up with the Guns and with Adam Copeland to fight Shane Taylor Promotions, and they won the match. And earlier, I guess I should say this now, even though that's not how I wrote it here. Earlier in the night, there was a Gabe Kidd pre-tape promo where I guess he was like, so everyone's been asking, are you a dog or are you a Death Rider? I'm like, not recently, I don't think, but...
Everyone kind of forgot you were a person. Yeah, I liked how they showed him dogging out, like, when he's like, am I a dog? And they showed him, like, on all fours. It's like, yeah. I mean, it's a good question.
Asked and answered. The evidence is right there before your eyes. So is he a dog or a Death Rider? He said, I'm both, baby. I go both ways. And, you know, with respect to Jay White, like, we do have some history. David Finlay kicked him out of New Japan before the dogs were even a glint in the milkman's eye. And so now we're going to have to deal with that. That's a problem that somebody else made, and I have to deal with it. And that's called middle management. I think that's what Gabe Kidd said, pretty much. Does that sound right?
I would love to hear Gabe Kidd say the words middle management.
Yeah.
I can't imagine it, and I'm so happy.
No. He doesn't know what that is.
No. But they have middle managers even at the kennel, so it's not like it's totally off brand.
I mean, that's totally true, yeah.
Anyway, so that was the setup for the dogs to be present, the dogs and the Death Riders to be present, I think. So the dogs came out at the top of the ramp while Adam Copeland and the Guns and Jay White were celebrating, and then they got attacked from behind by the Death Riders, and the dogs and the Death Riders are really just, creating a bit of chaos and working together and cooperating to create a chaos we could all enjoy. And that's it. I think they just did a good job at that. And then afterwards, they were proud of themselves for it.
The Death Riders got back in their huddle and they twirled in a circle again. It was like, so this is your move. It's kind of your go-to skip and circle move.
I'd love to know what happened that made them be like, this is a good new bit for us. And
it was Will Ospreay falling, maybe.
Maybe that's it. Because I love it. I don't totally understand, it creates a new tone, a new Death Riders tone, for sure.
It does, yeah. It's not so much the dangerous faction that threatened the whole promotion.
No. But I guess they're not supposed to be. So that's what happened with them this week. I did think that it was a bit funny. This is kind of like what's going on in the tag team division, I guess, which I love. I love listen, I love the dogs. I love Jay White. I love making fun of Adam Copeland. So I'm happy on a lot of fronts. I did think it was funny that Christian was just like, I'm not coming to work this week. Oh, you want to tag with Jay White? I'm not coming to work. I'm not doing it.
That's true.
I loved how many people tried to explain to us what Christian was doing with Hangman and Jay White, and I was like, no memory of that until someone said the words. You remember when Christian was crept out the side of the apron and then just laid on the apron like the biggest weirdo? That's the one thing I remembered.
I was like, classic. Of course I vividly remembered that part. I could not tell you that Hangman and Jay White were there at the same time.
They were all there?
Apparently that's he was sneaking into the ring to help Hangman against Jay White, I think.
Huh. I kind of missed all of this.
Thank you, Emmy, by the way.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Okay, I'll go look into that later, and I'm sure that it won't help me. I'm sure I won't be able to get back there.
You will remember Christian lying on the floor. You will not remember the match. You will not remember anything around it.
Was it related to the time that Hangman also lay on the floor and then did a sneaky thing?
I think he did it later.
After.
Yeah. So that was the sequel, but they were. It was like a parallelism situation. Okay, maybe. So that's kind of vaguely percolating in there.
Someone sent us a blue sky. I think it was today. That was somebody mentioned something, and I had no memory of what they were talking about, and I thought, is this what it's like to be Tunnel Talk?
Oh my God.
Savage,
yes,
but
that's it.
Very real. Very real. Today, for the first time in my life, I couldn't remember something that I needed to know. And I thought, sound the alarms. These girls are living like this every minute of every day. Yeah, we are. Sarah McLachlan should be fundraising for us. We're not well. Anyway, so that's all. Any thoughts about the dogs or any of that or dog-wise? No, let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Ann, go ahead.
No, it's just extremely funny that Christian was just I'm out, and it was not addressed. It was just Cope's having a good time with them, I guess.
I wish Christian was I have to dig into my deeper self before I met Christian.
Chris and Christian kind of, they make me kind of nervous, because I'm the one thing that I think is completely good about you, no notes, is that you're married and that you drive each other crazy. But you want to be driving each other crazy in the grave. And yet I feel like they constantly are doing storylines where I'm like, are you guys going to do a final tag title run and then break up during it? Because that would be a huge bummer. You're not going to do that, are you?
That would be insane. I really hope not.
Yeah. Surely they want to go out clutching each other to their bosoms.
I hope so. They want to. They don't want one of them to be on the door and the other one goes way down deep into the ocean. They want to both die on the door. She doesn't die on the door. You know what I mean? They both want to sink. want to sink into the watery depths of the North Atlantic and die.
Titanic, 1996.
Titanic, 1990s. Titanic, the rollicking 90s. Miss him every day. R.I.P. Well, I don't know what's happening here. Okay, let's move on. Kyle Fletcher fought ELP on Collision. I did not get to see this, but I'm sure it was fun.
I think ELP should come here.
I think he just got fired.
Yeah, I think so too.
By whomst?
New Japan.
NJPW?
Yeah.
When?
Like today.
I
yesterday.
heard about it today. God knows when
same.
I think he should come here. I think he's very cute and I like it.
Tony!
I think he can bring his cute face to AEW.
Oh, get him for us, Tony.
Tony,
Tony,
I want it, Daddy. I want
to
an
be
ELP now.
Give it to me now.
If any wrestler deserved to be in the conglomeration, it's ELP.
Oh,
Hell
that's
yes. Hell yes.
And Kyle O'Reilly is like devastated that Mark Briscoe, they don't know when they're going to see him again.
Why not?
Because he's so
he's
injured because of his fight with MJF. Oh. He doesn't. They don't know if he's going to recover.
Yeah.
And something
Kyle
happened
looked
to-
like he was going to cry.
Something happened to Ishii too, which I didn't know
Yeah,
because they were like, and we have no idea when we're going to see Big Tom again. And then they had the funniest thing where they were like Willow, and then all of them went soon, and I was like, you fucking liar! You know when she's coming back.
Yeah. I don't know why I mentally responded to that. Like news had just come out that Mark Briscoe was like on a one-way trip to Mars. I really just mentally was like,
Injured a wrestler? What happened?
where is he?
How could that happen?
Okay. Great. Well, Tony, please get us the nice Canadian man. Okay. Don Callis came into the ring. Oh, this is after the match. Don Callis just wanted to talk about Takeshita. And he was just starting. He was on this when the match that we're about to talk about eventually came around. He was on this too, where he really wants to get into the pedigree of his wrestlers kind of, and being like, and I start with, the great stallion Kenny Omega, but then I replace him with Takeshita, and then I replace Takeshita with Kyle Fletcher, and Kyle Fletcher is actually the greatest horse ever to race. And so he was getting into that a little bit here, and he was like, Takeshita, Kyle Fletcher is going to challenge Takeshita for the international championship. And so then they had that match on Dynamite, and it did occur on Dynamite, doing a really good job in here, so don't worry about that. What did you think of the match?
I think
have a nice time.
Kyle did a pretty good job in the beginning of being like, and don't forget, I have personal beef with Takeshita. And so I was like, right. But, and it was a very good match. And I was like, there's not a lot to criticize, but I wish either of them would like cry a little in the match.
Yeah.
I'd love that.
Yeah.
I think wrestling could use like 200% more tears. Like I want to sit down, like the women too, but I'm going to call out the men because in general, men, cry less and it sucks because I love watching them cry. I just want to watch them cry. All of you, but all the women and the men, everyone come into the seminar, and I just want to talk to you about like what's holding you back. Why aren't you crying in the ring?
Remember that time that Tony Storm showed up in like that gray hoodie with like no makeup, looking so devastated?
That was the moment we fell in love with her.
Yeah.
Like everything she did after that moment was nothing but perfection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just want to see someone at like an all-time low. That was what was so good about the first year of the Connie, was that when they were giving their promos, they all looked like they were going to burst into tears, and it was the greatest entertainment I've ever had. Like I just felt so aroused.
And they've never met that again.
No, they've never even come close. It's like they didn't even understand what made the Connie great.
No, every year since they've come back and been like, I'm going to be really strong. It's like,
I'm going to win the Connie because I love winning things, and winning the Connie is important to me because all boys dream of the Connie.
Fucking hate you. Like, I want you to be I want your little ass to be scrabbling. I want you to be like, I want to win this because I want to feel like I can do anything, and I don't feel like I can do anything right now. My life is going really bad. Get that camera out of my face. I don't want to talk about it.
Remember when I was having emotions about Jay Lethal because I thought he was going on like a journey?
Yeah.
Wow. We really have a Roman Emperor vibe right now. It's like, I just want to watch them all cry for real. I want to watch them devastated.
I wish I'd been a Roman Emperor. And it's like, would Madam the Emperor, like, would you care to see a gladiator die? It's like, no, cry. I said cry.
Yeah. Cry.
Take the lions away.
Take the lions away.
Bring out his ex. Bring out his ex-girlfriend.
And have her say something that's so devastating to him.
You know what? I'm going to write this down. You take this down to him, and then we'll see what he has to say. And we'll see what he has to say when he reads this little note. It's so fun to be that kind of emperor. All right. What's happening here? Where are we? Oh, right. Okay. Don's on commentary. Don and Taz were both being very funny on commentary. Okay, so Kyle Fletcher...
I'm sorry, I forgot to say this during the MJF section. Taz spending the entire Kenny MJF match openly rooting for MJF and like towards the end being like, oh no, he's being robbed. It killed me. It killed me. It was perfect. Taz played this whole episode so perfect.
Taz is so good at being a heel commentator. Yeah. Like, he's just perfectly like... Just like sometimes they feel too like Nigel always feels like trying too hard for me, whereas Taz is more like, well, I think that's justified from MJF, and it just feels it's good.
He does he almost always hits the exact right note of like, you'll just be listening to him being like, Taz is a normal commentator, and then suddenly he'll be saying something and you're like, Taz is a heel. Oh, right. And Taz is a heel, and he's just like, well, it just made sense. Like, you know, that's what I would do. And it's like, I know that's what you would do. Because you're a very naughty boy. Okay, so Kyle Fletcher wins, and he has the international championship now, and Mick Foley comes out.
This
and
was
Mick
the
Foley,
strangest segment that I could ever imagine. Like, I just kept being like,
is he from Clearwater or something? Is he a Floridian?
I think he probably is, because everybody who works for WWE for a long time
you had to be down there.
But I was like, okay, calling him a roving reporter is offensive to Alex Marvez.
I know.
Nobody respects.
Nobody but us.
R.I.P., buddy.
Come back soon. I love to see him on a pay-per-view like once a quarter for a minute, and I'd love to see that again soon. So let's get a gig.
Yeah. And then everything that happened with Mick Foley, it was just like, am I on drugs? Am I like super, super high right now?
I thought he was going to get to like hit Don Callis. Like, I thought Don Callis was going to get hit, and that was going to be part of the point of the segment.
And in the middle of it was like, is Mick Foley going to wrestle?
Are we going to have a boy fight between Mick Foley and Don Callis? Like, it really looked like it.
Like, I don't know what else we're building to. Now, when you put it that way, suddenly, I don't know. I don't mind it.
I wouldn't mind. I'd love to see them kind of
do some
carpooling.
Not a no.
In my gym class, we have to do this stupid exercise where we like have to step down from a box with our heel first, and they call it "look at my fancy shoe," and you're like and you put your foot down in this like way where you're like, look at my shoe. And so like every time I do that from now on, I'm going to be picturing Mick Foley's stupid dog shoes.
And this one's my dead dog, and this one's my live dog. Like, okay.
And he said something so sorry. That's the second time I cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, go.
He said something so insane. He was like, and if you say something like that again, they're going to become acquainted with the extent of your intestines or something like that. And I was like,
it was like they're going to become intimately acquainted with the inside of your ass.
Yeah.
I think.
Insane.
But something along those lines where it was just like, okay, all right. We're all finding exciting new ways to talk about but
like, none of it was a no from me, but it was all just very strange.
Yeah.
I also think that the way he was talking about the shoes, it was obvious after a moment. Like, I was like, oh, these are your pets. But it wasn't clear to me immediately. Like, it felt like it was kind of like Mick Foley, like, if you know, you know. And everyone else knows, and I didn't know. So I did start in a state of like, now, what is he telling me about these shoes? And then I kind of got the gist of it. And I was still confused. And then I did think, like, talking about your shoes, but that's the Young Bucks deal, which was funny. I didn't mind it. I didn't understand anything that was happening, really, and that's okay every now and then.
No. Yeah, I like Mick Foley. It'll be interesting to see as he has more segments because this felt fair. I was like, Renee wouldn't be this visible if she were in this segment, and I felt like Mick Foley was very...
But it felt like the point was for Mick Foley to be visible in a way that I didn't totally understand. You didn't think so? I thought that it was like this.
Well, it became that way, but he came out there like starting it like, this isn't about me and I'm just here to interview Kyle, which I guess it did like change that way, but I felt like he was very, I guess I assumed that was just like, that was acting, but that like the conception of the segment was that it's like Mick Foley is going to have, for some reason, like get off a good one on Don Callis. And I don't know why. I think maybe that, because I don't know that much about Mick Foley. So I'm like, maybe that's what people like to see him do, or I don't know. So I guess I just didn't take it at face value, but maybe I should have. I don't know. And obviously, like,
to see
it
what
did end up
happens.
being about him. It's just confusing when presumably he's not going to wrestle.
Unless
there's going to be an old man boy fight.
We've been saying for years, like, Don Callis isn't going to wrestle, so, like, that's a problem in his storyline with Kenny. But, like, what if he never wrestled Kenny, but he does wrestle Mick Foley? That'd be fun. Big death fight?
Street fight, yeah.
An old-fashioned street fight. Maybe they... And, hey, this is just a crazy little idea, but maybe they come out and they both are carrying chicken pot pies.
And they kind of have maybe an eating contest right there, and they get messy. Like, it gets all over
they
their
get
face.
covered in a pot pie. Maybe they smear pot pie on each other.
Shut it down.
Yeah,
Shut it down. Shut it down.
Just two old men rubbing
face.
pie on each other.
And that crust, it's flaky.
Oh, my God. You know what? The crust is really flaky, and then AEW shares the recipe on the website.
That's what the recap is. Like, when you get to the recap of that section, it's just a recipe.
I wish I were in charge of writing the AEW.com recaps. That's the kind of thing I'd be doing. They're like, I'm like inserting pie recipes. They're like, there wasn't a pie on this episode.
They're like, the pie was in your powerful mind only.
You were supposed to list the moves, Allie, and you're like, don't forget to use the butter.
So Mick Foley was there, and this was the Mick Foley thing was just one little piece at the beginning of kind of a long clown car of people coming out to do stuff that I couldn't totally make it all add up. So Don Callis brings Kevin Knight out in response to something Mick Foley says. Like, it was kind of like Mick Foley was like, "You're a bad dad." And he's like, "Could a bad dad do this?" And then he brought Kevin Knight out to antagonize his favorite son. Because
I was originally kind of annoyed that, like, they were repeating, like, they did the Okada Takeshita story and then immediately repeated it with Andrade. But all of a sudden it turned into, like, genuine comedy for him to be like, now, get this, Kevin Knight replaces Fletcher. And Kyle Fletcher is very resentful. Huh?
Yeah. Don Callis is doing kind of long-term storytelling where it's like he turns to you, the audience, and he's like, a family is made up of archetypes. Each role must be filled. It's not about the person. It's about the character.
And when you think about it, his family is kind of like a ship of Theseus.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
True. At what point does the Don Callis family stop being the Don Callis family?
When they stop eating ham.
There you go. We answered it.
As long as there's boys in basements eating ham, it's still the family.
Philosophers, take note. We solved it in like 20 seconds.
Boys in basements eating hams, kind of like that's kind of a, like, I'd listen to an emo record.
It does sound like an emo record title, and I love it. Boys in basements eating hams.
The Devil and God.
So
Family.
melancholy. By the Don Callis family's traveling band.
The Devil and God are eating ham in the basement.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh my gosh. Okay. It's like I can't even see the schedule. Okay.
It all comes back to him.
He said, Don Callis said, could a bad dad do this? Kevin Knight comes out and is just like, oh, Kyle, congratulations on getting a gold belt. Took you long enough. Some of us already had them. Don Callis looking on proudly. He's like,
and Kyle made the perfect hammiest outraged face where he was just like, you dare say that to me?
And he dared very hard. Mm-hmm. And Kevin then just wanted to say, I think exactly the same things that he has been saying every single week for what feels like the last 10 weeks. Love you, Kev.
Love you so much. I would not say Maxwell Jacob Fraudman was your best one.
Oh, no.
That one maybe should have stayed on the cutting room floor.
Yeah.
Love you so much, though.
Love you, mean it. But yeah, Maxwell Jacob Fraudman, not amazing work. Kevin Knight wanting to fight MJF, we know, baby. And now he's never going to be able to fight him. In that capacity, you have to never say never, but
I would love like they just wouldn't do this, but I would love it if Kevin Knight was like, I can't wait to fight MJF, and they're like, well, you're gonna fight Kenny now, and he's like, oh no, I'll wait for somebody else.
Oh, I actually have a doctor's appointment. I forgot about it to go to the doctor.
I'll just hang on for a bit.
He would be so good just like kind of screedling out the back, you know? He's just like, I forgot something in my locker, so I'm going to go get it out of my locker, the thing that I forgot. Bye.
And the camera just follows him like they used to with Max Caster as he like climbs the fence.
Oh my God, I can't believe we lost Max Caster.
The friggin' Wrestling Observer Awards.
I don't fucking get it.
Unbelievable. Terrorism.
I don't either, but I will say, and this does not belong in this section, but I don't care. I do enjoy that the whole point of the Max Caster Anthony Bowens storyline is that Max Caster was deeply annoying and Anthony Bowens was the straight man who was blessedly normal but cursed with an annoying best friend. And the story they're telling right now is that actually Anthony Bowens was camouflaged by the fact that by how annoying Max Caster was. And in fact, Anthony Bowens is also deeply annoying. And Hook is like, you're my Max Caster. You understand that, right? You're my Max Caster.
And there's something actually so beautiful about that. You know, it makes you think like, are we all somebody's Max Caster? Yikes. But I definitely can think of people, maybe even on this Zoom, whom I'm like, I think I'm their Max Caster.
Oh, I thought you were reversing that. I think of people on the Zoom who are my Max Caster. And I was
I was like, oh God, it's me.
It's like, it's true, but you shouldn't say it.
That's not true. That's not what I was saying. I cast myself in the role, which is perfectly permissible. And what's happening here? Okay. You're not going to fight Kenny. Okay. So then Andrade comes out. And again, we're in Clearwater, Florida. And as commentary has been telling us sensibly.
And Kyle Fletcher had just wrestled a match, and his face was like redder than I've ever seen any human's face get, I think.
He was so soaking wet, and he just kept sweating and dripping. I mean, all the wrestlers were definitely, you could tell how humid it was, but Kyle in particular, you were like, you look like you were actively in a shower right now.
Because he gets so pink so fast, too. Yeah. So it's wet, hot American summer down there.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Kyle's standing there dripping with sweat as Andrade walks out wearing more clothes than anyone has ever worn.
He really loves us. He loves us so much.
Yeah, he wants to marry us, and I'm considering saying yes. Show me the ring. Show me the ring. I'm considering it strongly. He's wearing every layer that a man can wear, up to and including hat and glasses. Like it's like he's thought of everything. He's like, they might not like the top of my head. I actually do like the top of your head. You should feel free to show it when you want to, but I love that you cover it. I don't
trench coat over full suit over dress shirt over probably an undershirt. It's like a lot of layers.
Yeah. Well, he does have that old-timey look. Like, it looks like you really thought about the underclothes in a way that they don't always these days.
That's so true.
Yeah. Absolutely wonderful to see such
I couldn't see an inch of his body.
Fully clothed man.
I love that he's shopping at the Modesty collection. He's like, I just want to be demure. I just want to be covered, and I don't want to tempt anyone into sin looking at me.
I respect myself and others.
He's tempted me into sin with his trench coat. He was repulsing me with his naked floor. It's just a pleasure to see. It's just a pleasure to see. Okay.
Sometimes I really do feel like we're booking Dynamite. Just every once in a while, it's like there's a lot happening.
I just, we're putting a lot of energy out into the universe, and like you can shape the world. I will the world I want. I'm always saying this. Genuinely,
of all the things I'm trying to manifest, I didn't think that Andrade in clothes would like be so successful, but
I think it's the like it happens when you're least expecting it thing. It's so like true. The thing that you are paying the least attention to that you want is the thing the universe is like, yeah, we can do that. I guess. Yeah.
You want, and we're so much more powerful together. How many clothes in Clearwater, Florida?
All of them. I said all of them. I said all the clothes. The universe is like, okay. I just was making sure I heard you right. It just seemed kind of crazy, but okay.
Like wool socks? Yeah.
Yes. Wool is sweat wicking.
Yeah, we'll let him wear natural fibers. I mean, we're not without pity.
Yeah, we're not monsters.
Oh my God.
He wasn't even wearing like linen or seersucker. Like it looked like serious clothes.
I would love to get Andrade hooked up with Derek Guy, the Twitter menswear guy. I think he would enjoy dressing Andrade. Yeah, I'd love to see Andrade in what Derek dresses him in, because you could. Derek has done some very interesting, to me, threads on like these are traditional things that you would wear in really hot climates, and lots of talk about venting and stuff in suits that I never thought about. And I don't want Andrade to be uncomfortable. My husband, I want him to feel uncomfortable while looking.
Once we're married and he's fully clothed all the time.
Of course,
wanted to breathe.
He respects me. I respect him. That's what a marriage is.
It's not a crime to be a never nude, okay?
Not yet.
There are dozens of us. All right. Thank you for your clothing, Andrade. He just comes out again. Thank you for your body. He comes out also to be like to say the same thing he's been saying, where he's like, I want a belt, and he's like, but I really don't like you, especially Don Callis, so actually I want a belt from someone in your faction. And Don Callis fully is just like, belts, belts, belts. This is all I hear about from you. I've had to listen to months of your nattering and wittering about belts. If I hear the word belt out of your mouth again, it's kind of Mrs. Hannigan a little bit.
Do you think Kenny's feelings are a little bit hurt that like everyone in the promotion has been like, I want that belt, I'm going to fight MJF for that belt, and then the second Kenny got it, everyone's like, I really think the international belt is pretty important, actually.
He could make that a part of his story and be like, why don't they want to fight me? Like, and especially if somebody is just like, because you're really too strong, and he's like, what does it mean? What does it mean to be
I'm
too
so
good?
Isolated by being the best of all time.
Yeah.
He was isolated when Don was crafting him into the best of all time.
But interesting.
No one even wants to fight him now.
That when other men at your level want to be your friend, you ghost them for months at a time.
Yeah, it's like you don't want to be a member of any club that would have you, Kenny.
Now that is something
now
to
we're
dig
cooking.
into. Let's stick a big spoon in that. Take a big juicy bite of that. I love that. Okay, so then there's just a big, clown car chase where Andrade, I think, is in an alliance with Darby now. Is that what's happening here?
Somehow.
The boy he once tried to buy, he finally successfully has purchased him.
Darby has a real not Wile E. Coyote, the Roadrunner energy, because he just kind of darts in and darts out these days. And it's like, I don't really know what he's getting up to, but
to think that's what Frankie Kazarian was going for, but now Darby has achieved it.
That's so true.
And I guess probably Frankie Kazarian wasn't going for the Roadrunner.
The Elite Hunter. One of my favorite gimmicks.
I know.
Got to put that in our 5-year anniversary video.
For sure. So then there's just a big, I don't know, their backstage stuff is blowing up. There's detonators, there's skateboards, they're brawling. Darby's in and out.
His skateboard blew up, and I was so startled. I was like, wait, what happened? Like, I almost thought it was a classic AEW mishap for a second.
No,
I was like,
that was the point of the segment somehow. Yeah. I'm excited to see more of this. I didn't totally follow it as closely as I perhaps should have, but I'm excited. And Speedball also cut kind of a nothing promo, like about 2 seconds long.
Well, it was one of those things where I was like, what do you mean? What am I supposed to take out of this? Like,
yeah, because it was not clear whether you were supposed to read some plot thing into it. Where was it Renee? Renee was like, and how are you doing, after all that stuff that happened with Kevin? And he was like, I don't want to talk about Kevin, but I am still who is he gonna fight? It's like another DCF guy. Is that right?
I think so.
Mark Davis. Yeah, he's like, I don't want to talk about Kevin. I actually don't even care about Kevin. But I'm going to have a professional wrestling match versus Mark Davis this week. And then he looked at the camera like, and you know what that means. And I was like, I don't understand it. I don't know what it means at all. I don't understand what story you're telling. I don't understand if there's going to be a story.
No.
I don't trust you.
No.
It's crazy.
No.
And their delivery is constantly just like Buzz Lightyear, like, I am going to wrestle, blah, blah, blah. And you're just like, what's going on in there?
Yeah.
Keeping you at an icy distance.
Icy distance.
No theories? Leave it, let it lie?
No, I mean, clearly he's repressing his deep sorrow over his divorce, but I'd love to see him cry. I'd love it if this promo had ended and they'd walked away, and then the camera had like snuck around the corner and they were sitting on the floor weeping copiously.
Oh my God, that would have been amazing. To be like, I'm really keeping it together. Cameraman follows around the corner, ugly sobbing. Ugly sobbing. Just like, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this.
Kevin, I miss you so much.
Looks up, just horrible snot all over face. Get out of here!
I told you not to follow me.
I never wanted anyone to see me like this. That's what I want to hear men saying. All right, anything else about any of that? Okay, Thekla came out on Collision to cut an aggro little promo about her dirtbag supremacy. So she was wearing Starlight Kid's mask, which she cut off at the pay-per-view. Really rude stuff. And I think, she said everything you might expect her to say, but you couldn't expect exactly most of what comes out of her mouth, but you could get the gist of it. You understood, what was going on in that sense.
She's really like achieving like a Toni Storm level, like, except the character is like different. So it doesn't feel like an imitation like at all, but the sort of like sexy dirtbag, like startling stuff, like uncomfortably startling stuff she's saying is so good. Like, she said she had 3 spicy margaritas, went to a strip club, and had Starlight Kid dance to her again. Okay. Crazy.
She does make me go, oh my God, quite a bit.
Yeah, it's perfect.
And then she said, load your guns, bitches, because I'm going to catch that bullet with my teeth, and I'm going to spit it right back in your face. And I said, hubba hubba.
Yeah.
Okay, so then she joined commentary for the Women's Casino Gauntlet match that was held on Dynamite. So this is for a world title shot at our brand new pay-per-view, Redemption, which we're all really looking forward to, really excited for another pay-per-view.
It's my favorite pay-per-view of the year.
I said something earlier that made Leah think that I thought that Redemption had been happening for the past few years, and that I was confidently being like, Redemption is usually a really good pay-per-view. And she's like, Allie, we've got to wake up, chica. We've got to tune into reality. I was like, no, that's not what I meant. But then I was like, it's totally believable, though, that Tony could just gaslight me into being like, we've always had Redemption. You loved
easily.
Redemption.
Honestly, enough listeners could gaslight us if they were like, guys, Redemption's not new. I really would be like, oh, they'd never lie to me. So, of course.
Remember that time I tried to make a joke about like an international, national, whatever belt, and I called it the civic belt, but it didn't land as a joke, and I started getting self-conscious, and it turned out it was because you guys were Googling it because you thought it was real.
Literally, Leah and I both immediately were like, the civic belt? Yeah. Really? Maybe. And it was like too good a joke because it was like, yeah, I guess that is what he would call it. Like
I legitimately was like, no, I watched the same shows that Ann did, so I must have seen him win it.
I must have seen him win it. It is very like, yeah, I could have seen anybody win anything. I mean, who knows?
Yeah. I could have seen anybody win anything. Well, here we were watching somebody try to win a title shot versus the world champion, the women's world champion at Redemption. She came out to commentary with a cocktail and was like, just joining you boys. What did you think of her performance as a commentator?
The fact that this woman has to win MVP for saying wrestling Mina Shirakawa is like wrestling a blow-up doll, and I'd love to motorboat her.
And she said it in a tone of like, it was the Toni Storm thing where she's like, there's no safe thing for you to say.
Right,
there's nothing that you guys could say. And they all knew it. It's like, she's like, you can't even safely disagree with me. You can't even safely be like, she's a person. Like, anything you say, I can make it go wrong for you. And they were like, no, that's why we're not saying anything. We're actually not saying a single thing.
Yeah, the aggressive, like, I'm putting commentary on thin ice every time I open my mouth. It's just like, it's so
good. It's so good.
There's just a certain, it's like a rare pleasure to listen to a panel of men be like, I'm really scared.
They're frozen in fear. Like, they're like...
Is there literally any other context in my life where I've ever watched a woman make men that uncomfortable? Like, I don't know if I ever have.
I don't know. I mean, I would love it if... I want there to be in other times, but I certainly can't think of them.
Yeah. Ponder that.
Well, she seemed to be having a blast, and her vibe was just like, I'm already wasted. Like, she should. I at one point I was like, I wish she had like a friend with her whose vibe was just kind of like, it's going to be hell getting her home after this.
I know she's going to puke in the Uber.
Be a good night for me. Because she was just like already 3 sheets to the wind. Yeah. But her only 2 friends were actually in the match, so. Oh, then I did think it was, again, was thinking about her dating Clark Connors, and I was like, no, I would let her bring a boyfriend along whose vibe is just like, oh my God, I wanted to go home an hour ago. And he's
just holding her purse. And
he's usually a dirtbag dog, but I wanted him at the phase of the night where he's like, I wanted to take her home. But then she said that I was misogynistic of me to tell her that we had to go home, so we didn't go home, so I'm here too.
You want to believe that they take turns about who's going to be the problem that night.
Yeah, or it's like they're flipping a coin or something, and Clark Connors just this month has started to be like, I think it might be a trick coin.
It's always coming up heads.
Starting to feel like I never get to be the problem.
It's so funny to just picture like a chore chart in their house, like a wheel that you rotate of like who's the problem.
Oh, okay. So Athena and Maya World are numbers 1 and 2, which is the same spot as we've said many times before. They start out the match. They are joined in order by Sky Blue, Mina Shirakawa, a woman named Rena, who I don't think we knew.
She's from Stardom.
She's from Oh, that's right, because Thekla had the whole thing where she was like, that's the one bitch I respect at Stardom. And I liked when she went, we were in a group together. I think we're good. Well, yeah, I think we're good. And it was just like, that's a vibe that I like from a character to just be like, I'm pretty sure we don't have beef. What, am I supposed to remember everything that's ever happened to me?
What, am I supposed to know everyone who's mad at me? Please, grow up.
It wouldn't be possible. So Rena from Stardom, Julia Hart, Thunder Rosa, and Willow Nightingale, who was our surprise re-debut. She came out there. She, of course, has been out injured. She had to vacate the TBS title. The TBS title was actually just refilled at the pay-per-view.
The
right?
thing is, I like heel Sheeta, and it's fun that she won. But I will say it was such a short injury that it seems to me that they could have just disappeared her and brought the tag titles back into the picture for 10 minutes, and we wouldn't have even noticed that Willow wasn't there. You know what I mean? Like, it was such a short time.
I know, it like literally makes me be like, was the injury real? Especially because Thekla like said that on
Thekla was
commentary,
like,
because it was like
even injured.
Yeah, because it's like, did they just want to like get the TBS belt off her without beating her so that she could win the world title? It's like, honestly, I would support it. So whatever.
I would support her having the world title, but if she beats Thekla for it and then she goes to Wembley, you'll be happy, Allie. I want to see Thekla. I want to see Thekla fight Mercedes so bad.
Yeah,
I know.
I've like immediately got really unreasonable about it.
I know.
I really want to see. I
want to
really
see that match really bad, and I feel like this is kind of crazy to say, but I am actually ready for Mercedes to have the women's, like, the world title.
Yeah.
Like, I actually am ready.
Time. Yeah,
I want to see that. So, Willow, you will have your time, and I will be ready when that happens, but not yet.
Yeah, I want to see Mercedes sexy murder Thekla.
Yeah.
At Wembley, that all North Americans, Europeans, South Americans, everybody in the world dreams of. Everybody in the world dreams of Wembley.
Yep.
That's what I want to see. So Willow comes out, exciting, surprise, re-debut. She basically wins like fast, really, really fast, right?
Yeah.
And so she wins, and that means that she's going to get to fight the Thekla at Redemption. She's going to get to fight Doing Amazing, going to get to fight the Thekla at Redemption. So Thekla comes into the ring and attacks her. Divine Dominion come out, and they attack the Sisters of Sin. Kind of vaguely remembering a lot of this. A little bit of a clown car situation where I think the outcome of this is that what we realize, because then Mercedes comes out and attacks Thekla, but then also attacks Willow. And so it's like Mercedes is aligned with Divine Dominion, who are Megan Bain and a woman whose name I still haven't learned because I resent her for not being Penelope Ford.
Yep.
Lena something.
Lena Cross.
That sounds right.
So they now are in an alliance with Mercedes, who has vented her spleen on Willow and Thekla both. I think that's the outcome. And I like that because I feel bad actually most weeks when I'm doing the schedule. Like, there often will have been like a Divine Dominion promo, and I'm just like, well, they're not doing any storyline. Like, I don't have anything to say about it. Even though I really like Megan Bain, and I won't learn Lena Cross's name. I got it. But I really like Megan Bain, and I want to be interested in the women's world title, and like I want to be interested in her matches, but they're never doing a story. So I'm like, great. I love that they're teaming up with the lifeguard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, the fact that Mercedes was in a literal lifeguard chair when we've been talking about her being a lifeguard.
Yeah.
Love to see it. Okay. So anything else we want to talk about here? No. She'd had a good pre-tape, but it wasn't really anything, but I thought she did a really good job where she was just talking about being the TBS champ. She said, instead of being the face of TBS, I want to be the ace of TBS, because as long as I hold this title, TBS stands for the best is Sheeta. I said, that's really fun.
It's a good line.
It's a good line. All right. The old men, Chris Jericho and Tommaso Ciampa, opened the show with commentary immediately, explicitly. This is basically what you said last week, Leah. Being like, Tommaso Ciampa demanded Jericho's attention. He forced this feud, and Jericho had no choice but to sit up and take notice. That's not a quote. That's what I said, but I kind of read it like it was a quote. That was an ad lib. But I like that they also were just like, yeah, like Tommaso really wanted this for some reason.
He's like really focused on Jericho. It's like all he can think about.
And they had fun. They had a fun boy fight. They threw sand in each other's faces. They rolled around all over the place and smacked each other on the stairs and just made a playful little
classic top guy feud.
Just like opening that show, getting those tough guy moments. Their sunken chests, you know. Jericho in his starry pants, which I love. I love how much he's wearing them. They're great pants.
Well, he's getting real value for money.
Oh, yeah.
He said, I bought these and I'm gonna get what they're worth. Leah, you raised the question of whether you think, where do you think this is going to keep going?
Yeah, well, I mean, Jericho's been doing the thing for a while where he gets his win back eventually, so I assume that they're going to keep fighting until Jericho wins one, but I'm at my leisure for them to escalate this feud because the Ciampa finding this energy of like, kind of like a big, strong warrior who got caught up in a comedy science like accident and got shrunk to very tiny and he's really mad about it and for some reason his voice sounds like he's sucked on helium. Like that's his vibe sometimes where he's just like, no, why could this happen to me?
I feel like I'm gonna like almost stroke out with like I'm so upset that I will never see a Honey I Shrunk the Kids sequel starring Chris Jericho and Tommaso Ciampa. Like,
I know. Imagine
they
like
they should have been there. They
They're
should have been there.
They're divorced, furious exes who accidentally get shrunk and have to find their way out of Daly's place safely. And wrestler like Brian Cage almost steps on them and they almost die. And it's like they have to work together. And then they discover that their marriage isn't as dead as they thought it was.
Wow.
It's still love. I want it so badly. I actually don't have anything even interesting to say about it. Like, I'm just like, yeah, I want to watch that. And actually any movie starring all wrestlers taking place backstage at wrestling show where wrestlers get small.
Yeah.
Where they
Can't go wrong. Yeah.
Really small. Some of the wrestlers are really small, and then the other ones
shrinking
like
any
really
wrestler.
Please bring the shrink ray. Please bring them the shrink ray. We need it, Tony.
Imagine Dustin Chuck Taylor like lost in catering, like climbing up a French fry. Shrunk.
I would. Oh God, I would kill to see it. I would kill to see it.
Yeah.
And I would kill to see him trying to communicate.
Yeah.
And I know that Orange Cassidy would love being like, hey, little guy, something you need help?
But they shrink them so small that it's so hard to see them. So I would love to find out that actually Dustin got shrink rate a couple years ago. And he's just been trying to get in contact ever since. That's why they keep being like, he's dead. And he's like,
I'm still here. I ain't dead.
I'm in the salt shaker.
Oh my God. Well, I think it's fun that it's like feels like a rare pleasure for Jericho to have someone who's like so into him, you know? Like usually he's annoying people into feuds kind of, I feel like. And Tommaso just showed up and said, I want you.
Listen, every girl wants to be chased every once in a while, and this is Jericho's moment.
Yeah. And I just hope that I hope he is letting himself really feel it in his body.
I thought you were going to be like, I hope he's going to let himself get caught.
Now imagining Tommaso Ciampa chasing Jericho down a beach in a playful way, and Jericho's being like, you'll never get me, and he turns around and he's like dancing backwards through the waves, and then he slows down a little and Tommaso does get him and they tumble into the water, and
Book it, Tony.
Good. Nothing could ever go wrong. All right here in beautiful Clearwater, Florida.
St. Pete's.
St. Pete's. Well, I think that's it. You know, I think that's the whole thing. And then minor grab bag, just that I did think that Jack Perry promo was so funny, the pre-tape, where I spent like most of it being like, now what's going on here? Where he was being like, AEW is the place I grew up and the place I became a man and the place I fell in love and I just want to do good here. And then it was like Luchasaurus being like, I told his dad that I would keep him safe and I've tried to keep him safe. And I was like, where is this going? But I guess where it was going was just that he was like, and he is going to continue to be safe because I will never let him go to WWE. He is staying right here at AEW.
I was very like, is this like do a big push for Jack Perry? Like, what are we interested? Does he have leukemia? Like, what's happening? But no, he just re-signed. Okay, that makes sense.
I'm happy. I was totally happy, but I was like, Some weeks there's like a high proportion of, like promo segments or whatever where you're just like, seems like content was a little thin on the ground in the writer's room. So
yeah. It's like, I mean, the Workhorsemen had a 15-minute match, and it's like, I was happy to see them, but...
I guess I actually just kind of answered a question for myself. I'm like, yeah, I guess some weeks they just have less to do. So weird stuff gets time.
Remember when we loved JD Drake and that, we were like, he's the only one who understands how to join a faction in a way that makes sense.
Yeah, because they were doing all that fashion stuff.
Yeah, he joined that fashion, and they did a whole segment where, like, the pretty Peter Avalon taught him about fashion, and they dressed him up.
Remember that.
That was, and we were like, they should take some lessons from JD Drake, which in retrospect is so fucking funny.
I know. But I do feel a little bit like whenever we talk about like, people we used to have custody of and we've lost, like your Peter Avalons or whatever. Of course it's good we've got our wonderful wrestlers now, but sometimes I think like a little more characters welcome energy would not go amiss from a lot of you.
I really want to win the belt because I love being the best and I'm strong and big.
Why don't you want to learn about suit venting or something interesting? So that's it. And I think you said your Anthony Bowens thing, and I don't know. I think that's all she wrote.
Yeah.
Anything else? Anything you want to talk about you didn't get a chance to talk about?
Mm-mm. We missed you watching it.
Oh yeah, I had to go to a dinner, and so I missed it, and I didn't even put in my PTO requst before.
No, you just didn't show up.
No.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes it feels like almost like you're like presupposing your own importance a little bit to come in and be like, and by the way, hours before the show starts, don't expect me tonight.
That might have a point if there was power in numbers, but when it's just me and Nicole, it's like your absence was noted.
Yeah. But I had fun reading what you guys had to say during the show. It enhanced my experience of the watch. I mean, it enhances it when I'm there when it happens live too, but. Something fun about it.
In the moment, it's shit.
Usually I'm just like, oh my God, another stupid joke from my stupid friends. Then when I see them afterwards, I'm like, hey, those are pretty good jokes. And I actually really like my friends. In fact, I love them.
It's like, they're not the Max Casters to me at all.
And you know what? I don't even think I'm the Max Caster to them. I think we're just fun friends.
We're just the Death Riders in a little huddle dancing around in a circle.
Hey, we're just three little bitches,
Just three little bitches.
Well, on that note, I've been Allie.
I've been Ann.
And I've been Leah.
This is Tunnel Talk. Our theme is by Chris Krorkin. You can find us on Twitter, Twitch, Tumblr, and Blue Sky at Tunnel Talk Pod via email, tunneltalkpod@gmail.com. You can find us on our feed, on the Social Suplex Network feed, where you can check out all the other great podcasts on the network, and you can find us on the Social Suplex Network Discord. Please rate, review, and subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts. Stay frosty, and as always, please come back next week.